Hello Internet, and welcome to my live reaction for Boruto, Naruto Next Generations, Chapter 71. When we last left our heroes, the fight or the sort of confrontation between Code, Eida, Shikamaru, and Amado was just sort of continuing to get tenser and tenser in that basement, as Shikamaru tried to get Eida onto their side, by just saying, hey, you can just go out with Kawaki when you join the Leaf. And that nearly worked. But things sort of fell apart in the end. Kawaki was sort of on his way to join the battle against Amado's wishes, because Amado doesn't really want Kawaki to potentially die for whatever nefarious scheme Amado might have in store for Kawaki. But when all's said and done, Kawaki doesn't make it in time, and Code and Eida are able to take Amado back to base. And then we sort of leave the Leaf behind, hang out at the base for a while, where Code is like, yeah, I'm gonna kill you once you give me once you break the limiter, but I might make it painless for you if you do this for me. And Amado ends up going through with it, giving Code his full powers back, and Code's like, yep, I'm gonna kill you now, and that's where we left off. I think that's the last thing that happened, right? That was sort of where we ended, with Code being like, I'm gonna kill you anyway. Yeah? Basically, yeah, that's where we left off. So let's dive right on into number 71, Hindrance. And to celebrate Code's new form, we get a color image of Code's new form. I love the way it blends in with, the way it sort of plays off the background. Lots of blacks and purples, and the white hair sort of meshes with that really well. But we pick up where we left off, with Code right about to kill Amado. Amado not happy here. And Bug in the background thinks, even genius scientist Sanzu Amado, okay, Amado has a family name now, it's Sanzu, is at their mercy. And Code just tells them, see ya, Amado. But Amado then speaks, Eida, a word. It's about Kawaki. And Eida just sort of, gives this little flick of her eyes and, freezes Code. I don't remember that really being one of her powers, but okay. I don't really know how that ties in. Oh, it ties in with the infatuation thing. Okay. Because she does not want Code to kill Amado, he can't do it. It's part of the infatuation. But anyway, Eida then asks, yes, what about Kawaki? And Amado turns to her, Kawaki is the ace up my sleeve, in case Konoha ever tries to abandon me like now, or if they decide to eliminate me. So we're going to finally find out what Sumire has been sort of sniffing around for several months now. And Code sort of looks at him, not kind of skeptical about whatever the fuck he's saying. But Eida presses, what do you mean? I don't understand. And Code tries to stop this. Ignore him. He's bluffing out of desperation, just stalling for time. But Eida, kind of asserting her role as a leader in this dynamic, stops Code. Code, I'm talking to him. Don't interrupt. And Code turns back, frustrated. This is stupid. You're gonna buy this windbag's mutterings? He'll just use you for his own ends. But Eida, it really is becoming a bit of a conflict here on Team Code. Did you not hear me? I'm telling you not to interfere. Which, we sort of saw the seeds of this last month with the whole you can just date Kawaki thing that Shikamaru played. But it's continuing to blow up here, as Code tells her, sorry, but he's on my retribution list too. You already told me Kawaki's off limits. You have no right to deny me Amado as well. And then she just mutters, Daemon. And Daemon grabs on to Code, stopping him from killing Kawaki. Not Kawaki, killing Amado. Shocking Code, and Daemon tells him, hey now, don't get too carried away, eh? And he tries to slash at Daemon, or maybe he does get a bit of a slash on Daemon, but because of the way Daemon's ability works, he ends up cutting himself in the forehead. Because, Daemon's kind of immortal. Oh, no, right, it's not the exact attack, it's the intent to kill, right. Okay, because Code reacts, my intent to kill is already being reflected. And Daemon just sort of backs away. Code teleports. He makes a claw mark that allows him to get away from Daemon. And just sort of hangs out of it to look at Daemon. And Daemon mocks him, Come down here, chicken bastard. And Eida just sort of turns on Code. It's a lot of infighting on Team Code this month. Code, did you just attack my little brother with the intent to kill him? And there's a bit of a like stressful pause as Code jumps down. That's a horrible accusation, considering you fired the first shot. But Eida just tells him, I warned you before. If you end up being a hindrance to us, I'll have to dispose of you. And there's our title line, though, the hindrance bit. And Code is sort of confused there. Wait a sec. Hindrance? Me? And we see Bug, who's just like... I kind of love Bug, because he's just really, really uncomfortable with everything that happens to him ever. Like, that's relatable, my man. But Amado turns to him. Do you still not understand, Code? Eida's got an invitation from Konoha now. She already has an opportunity to get close to Kawaki. But if she keeps associating with you, she'll ruin this chance. So how are you not a hindrance? And Eida's little silence there seems to imply that Amado is right on the money. Though like, it's still weird though that Eida left with Code, given everything Amado is setting up here. Maybe we can read it as like, she's just sort of taking her time for now. She's gonna like, count all her chickens before she makes a decision. If that's not the right metaphor, but you know what I mean. She's gonna take a moment before she decides. Anyway, Code turns to Amado. Shut it, Amado. Quit the smooth talk. You're trying to trick Eida and throw me into the wolves, but it's not gonna work. But Amado pushes, trick? I'm just stating the truth. And Code readies his attack again. I said, shut up! And he goes to, like, with his claw arm to attack Amado. And Daemon jumps back on him again. Are you stupid? This time, Code backs away before that intent to kill can end up reflecting back on him. But he still has that little scream, Gah! It doesn't seem like he takes any pain from that, so I guess the intent to kill didn't quite work this time, but still, not what he wants to deal with right now. And Daemon lands also, and Daemon tells him, if Big Sis says don't, then stop doing it. Idiots who can't understand such simple things need to be disposed of. You getting this, Code? And Code just sort of stares at Daemon. And then we come back to the Leaf. So before we go any further, I want to talk about Eida again, because Eida's I'm of two minds on Eida. On the one hand, her whole motivation being wants a boyfriend is bad and is a sort of, my problems with Kishimoto as a writer that really came out in Samurai 8, and also sort of looking back at Naruto at times is kind of not great. His depiction of women. But also, she's genuinely intimidating, she's fun. It's just her motivation that's kind of not great is the problem. Anyway, back at the Leaf, Naruto, Sasuke, and Boruto are learning about Eida, about her powers, from Shikamaru, I presume. And Naruto asks, no matter who you are, you become enchanted by her? And Boruto, who is immune to these things, just asks, what the heck? But Shikamaru tells them, I'm sure we'll run into her again. Then you'll see for yourselves. And Sasuke asks, what is she? A cyborg relic like Code? And Shikamaru tells him, I don't know for sure, but Amado mentioned before that among the cyborgs who were scrapped were several who greatly surpassed Jigen's power. And Kawaki kind of takes that in. Eida's likely one of them, considering that Amado was surprised at her presence. And even worse, it seems Eida's not Code's only companion. And the gang is sort of shocked at that, as Shikamaru asks, what? During last night's battle, there was someone Code used to counter Kawaki when he was cornered, referring to the, sudden appearance of Daemon at It is the night before. I just kind of realized that. The past 6 or 7 chapters have been, 24 hours. It wasn't Eida. I'm certain of it. There's at least one other enemy cyborg. And then we come back to Daemon. We have a little bit of reminding us who Daemon... Not even really reminding us who Daemon is, but reminding us that the Leaf doesn't know who Daemon is. As we get back to his sort of mini-fight with Code. And Code turns to Eida for assistance here. Hey, Eida, Daimon's acting real weird. Do something, will you? And Eida just sort of stares at him. And does not really seem to be supporting Code here. I'm grateful to you, Code, I am, for freeing me. That's why I helped you regain your power. But let's call it a day now. It's time to end this. Okay. Is Eida actually right about to, betray Code? That absolutely changes the dynamics of the coming conflict. I don't know, we'll see. And both Code and even Amado are a little shocked at that. As Code protests, "You're kidding, right? I love you, Eida, from the bottom of my heart. Don't you still need my power?" And Eida has no fucking time for him. "No thanks. I don't care for your self-serving attitude. Whether your feelings are real or not, I've had enough." And Code he's not openly hurt by this. He's just he seems kind of stoic here. But Daemon just tells him, "Don't worry about Big Sis. Whether it's against Otsutsuki or anyone else, I'll protect her." And Code just turns to him. "I see. Eida doesn't need 2 knights, does she?" And there's this moment, this weird pause as everyone waits for him to continue. "That's right. Just one. Me." Okay, is he gonna somehow... I suppose if he manages to kill Daemon without any killing intent, that could work, I guess, if that's what's about to happen here. But Daimon's just almost shocked that Code's even trying to pull off what I assume Daemon thinks is a bluff. What? Amado and Bug, they're I said this earlier, but I love Bug. He kind of sucks, but he's trying his best. He's stuck here. He doesn't want to be here, but he's here. But Eida presses Code. "What are you talking about? You're creeping me out." And Code turns to Daemon. "Sorry, Daemon, but let's clear up once and for all who the real hindrance here is." And Daimon's just ready for a fucking fight. Hehe, "You're losing it. Sounds interesting. Try it." Though I will say though, the whole thing about the Eida doesn't need 2 knights thing, she just needs 1. It's interesting to me, and it's the sort of thing that can easily be tracked with the whole, attraction ability. But Code initially got Eida to further his own plans, and now, even though Eida doesn't really have a plan, she just vaguely wants to get with Kawaki at some point. And Code is the one with a plan. He wants revenge against Naruto, Sasuke, Boruto, Amado, Kawaki, Shikamaru now. It feels like he's positioning himself as her second in command, despite the fact that he's the one with the plan and she doesn't have a plan. It's an interesting little thing there. I'm curious where Kishi's going with this. Anyway, "You're losing it. Sounds interesting. Try it." And again, Amado and Bug are just continually watching. And Bug then finally speaks for the first time in this whole fucking incident. "Code! His palms! Beware of Daimon's palms!" And Eida then just turns to him. "It's only when he's touching others with his hands that actions get reflected." Okay. That's a sudden, weakening of Daimon's power. That little caveat that we didn't know before. And Code is shocked at that. Eida just comments, "Bug, you jerk. How dare you?" I see what Bug wants. Bug wants to get into Code's good graces, maybe? Because there's this whole inner monologue from Bug here. "Good. This is good. Daimon's ability is bothersome and it can be overcome if you know its secret. Plus, Code's regained his full power, which is greater than Jigen's was. Best case, they'll destroy each other. Oh, or he just wants them both to die. But if Daimon's only ability is reflection, then if Code overcomes the reflection, then I don't think there's any way for Code to die here. I don't know. We'll see. And Code just thinks, "I see. Only when touching others, eh?" And there's a beat as Daimon stares him down, and Code looks away and then dashes behind Daimon, claws extended, ready to slash. But then Daimon disappears. And we see he doesn't just have the reflecting thing. He's also fast. He's above Code already. You said earlier that you felt like you couldn't lose to anyone. or something like that. That was hilarious. And he just like punches Code. That doesn't, maybe it's Code's killing intent. You know, as soon as that hand touches him, Code's killing intent is like reflected back at him. Or Daemon is also just hiding super strength. But he like the ground craters around Code there. Code hits the ground, and Daemon jumps on him. Yeehaw! And like his legs around Code. Code coughs up. Gah! And Bug is just shocked there. What the? But then Code disappears through a claw mark and is now above Daemon himself. And readies his own, now white karma-infused claw hand. But Daemon is able to get a kick in. And yeah, it is just Daemon actually has this like super strength that I guess Bug didn't know about. Because there were no hands in that kick. And still he was able to shove Code into a wall, cracking it. Code coughs up blood again. And Bug is just shocked at what all Daemon can do. No way. And Daemon lands on his feet. And Code just looks up at him, also not expecting the beatdown he's taken here. Had enough yet? You do seem stronger than Jigen. So neither Hokage nor Uchiha should be trouble. But that's all. Who's second or third doesn't matter to number one. Me. Okay. So Daemon is I thought Daemon was all his ability. But no, there's a whole lot more to Daemon than what I had presumed. Is Daemon gonna end up being the real threat here? That seems wild. Though again, neither Daemon nor Eida really seem to have a plan. Like, Daemon talks about fighting Naruto and Sasuke. But like, why? Beyond the fact that like he's already been publicly declared to be allied with Code, especially if Eida ends up joining the Leaf anyway to get with Kawaki. What is the point of Daemon here? I don't know. I don't know what's going on with him. And Code is just frustrated that even with this new power, he's still getting trounced by this child. And Bug reacts, damn it, Code's all bark and no bite. That's why I was against waking Daemon up. But Code, once again, disappears through a claw mark, now to behind Bug. And Eida just tells him, running away, that's fine. I won't chase after you. Just don't get in my way. And I think you know this, but I can see everything. So I'll kill you if warranted. Okay, but again, what is in Eida's way here? She barely has she certainly doesn't have like an evil plan, a scheme or nothing. She just sort of wants to get with Kawaki, which just involves, at this point, going up to Shikamaru and saying, yeah, I want to change sides. I don't know. I still don't know. But Code tells her, I've got a mission. To cultivate a divine tree and obtain its chakra fruit. As per the Otsutsuki will Ishiki bequeathed to me. I'll devour it and become a new Otsutsuki. But doesn't the creation of a new chakra fruit involve a new infinite Tsukuyomi? Wouldn't that still, like, I don't know. I mean, maybe he's already planning global genocide before he confronts Eida again. I guess it's a possibility. But I don't know. I'm going to read this next line. This next line I have some thoughts on. But Eida just, like, almost taunts him. Oh, good luck. Once I'm an Otsutsuki, your ability won't affect me. That's when I'll finally know my true feelings toward you. Whether I want to love you or want to kill you. Because again, going back to the point I was about to make earlier, if, you know, it feels like we're setting up, we will eventually find an answer to that question, love or kill, right? But if Code can only reach that point after he wipes out all life on Earth, we're never going to. You know, there is no way that is the route Kishimoto is going here. Especially when, like, we still have to deal with all the Kawaki flash forward shit. I don't know. It's a weird thing. I suppose we'll just have to wait and see. Though I suppose it's also possible that, like, it would only, like, didn't Kaguya's initial infinite Tsukuyomi only take, like, a tiny part of the population or something? I don't remember the exact details there. But anyway, Daemon lunges after him, not really wanting to let him go. And Code grabs Bug. I'm not quite sure why he grabbed Bug. What exactly does Code want with Bug? Beyond, like, loyalty. But it causes Daemon to miss the kick. And Daemon comments, "Gah, you crazy psycho." And Amado just watches. He's just kind of been stunned this whole time. Like, shit just keeps on happening here. And then, with that little thing over, Eida does then turn to Amado. "Amado, you're utterly devious. Not only did you survive that crisis, but you artfully managed to separate Code and I as well." Oh, are they implying that, like, is she implying that Amado's plan here was to, like, finish the wedge that, or, well, I guess that kind of is the obvious implications of this sort of statement to Eida at the beginning of the chapter, is like, hey, you can still get with Kawaki. You don't have to work with Code here. But Amado seems to be implying in this next line that, like, Eida had the same plan as Amado here. And you decided it'd be a great chance to cut Code off, no? That's why you stood up for me, even if a bit roughly. But Eida protests, "Don't lump me in with you. I just wanted to hear the rest of your story. If it does turn out to be a bluff, I have no qualms killing you then." And Amado turns back to Daemon, or who is the way that Eida would kill him. And Daemon just smirks at him, that, cocky little shit. And Amado then tells her, "Kawaki is the ace up my sleeve. That's not a bluff. It's the truth." And Daimon then just, like, jumps onto Amado. It feels like for fun at this point. "Yo!" And it sort of, like, judges him. Interesting. You ain't too bad a ride." And Eida tells him, "Daimon's just itching to kill you, So if you don't want to die, I suggest you start explaining. Now. Are we finally going to find out what Amado has wanted with Kawaki this whole time? Oh boy. Kawaki has regained karma, and simultaneously inherited Ishiki's abilities. His power is likely to keep growing, and as of right now, there is no one in Konoha who can oppose Kawaki's power, including the Hokage. Except for me." But what about Boruto? Boruto also has a karma, right? Unless there's something special about Kawaki's new sort of proto-karma? Maybe because Boruto was in the end fully Otsutsuki-fied, but only, like, simultaneously only 85% Otsutsuki or whatever. He'll never be, like, a full Otsutsuki. Whereas Kawaki has found a way to become full Otsutsuki without giving up his soul to Ishiki? I don't know. But Eida goes on, "You've planted something else inside Kawaki, haven't you?" And Amado just stares her down. "A unique emergency shutdown command code that only I can use. The same thing you did to Delta. Okay. It's Konoha's job to manage Kawaki. But this concerns the other villages too. So he is Konoha's #1 priority. Meaning they all have no choice but to rely on me." But Eida sort of mocks that sort of statement. "Yeah, right. You're profiting from resolving a problem you yourself created by restoring Kawaki's karma. That's a fair point. Moreover, why is it that you didn't put such a stop function in him to begin with?" But Amado tells her, "Because Jigen forbade it. To him, implanting such a function in his precious vessel was unacceptable." Which is, yeah, like, if Jigen was if Ishiki was gonna take over Kawaki, then, like, yeah, why would he want Amado to be able to shut him down at any moment? But Daimon then just says, "But I can beat the heck out of him, without breaking a sweat." Oh, right, because that means that, like, there's no point. If Daimon is so powerful, there's no point in him, in, like, the whole Kawaki shutdown code thing isn't necessary. Sorry, I'm like losing my train of thought so much. It's very hot in here, and I'm very tired, and my work is very, very busy. So I'm going to be rambling and looking for words a lot. Anyway, I've been doing that for the past 25 minutes. But Eida then says, "Is that as Daimon says? He can deal with Kawaki's power. And if you should die, perhaps Konoha will come to rely on us siblings." So she's starting to be like, I can get into the village. And with Daimon as a backup, if Kawaki ever goes rogue, which he very well might if the flash forward is anything to go by, maybe we can like weasel our way in here that way. And Amado tells her, you have a point, an intriguing one. But the shutdown function is just insurance, to protect my standing in the village. My real objective is different. Though the thing is with that, is that shouldn't Amado have told the village already? Like, the insurance only works if the village knows. But maybe he was planning to tell them before things got too bad with Kawaki, I don't know. Again, this whole plan seems to be built around the assumption that Kawaki will go rogue. Which, while we may know that through the flash forward, the characters have no reason to know that. So that's another interesting thing there to keep an eye on. Kawaki's karma is necessary to achieve it. And Eida just wants him to stop beating around the bush. You haven't answered my question. So spill it, or I'll kill you. I'll talk, but it's a long story. Something that I need to tell... Blah, 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 blah. Something that I need to tell Konoha as well. Can you wait until we get there? And Eida just looks at him, huh? You should accept Shikamaru's offer, Eida. It's as he said, if you want to build a relationship with Kawaki, you should move to Konoha. So we're getting back to that, and Eida's all blushy again. You think so too? And Daemon's a little questioning about this. Move to Konoha? And Amado tells them, don't worry, I'll mediate. Since we have to tell them about Daemon too. Which is, in the end, it might end up being an echo of Amado's initial defection back in the build-up to the Ishiki fight. Which is a neat little parallel Kishimoto is doing there. Shall we head out to Konoha Village then? And then we leave them alone for now. And given how few pages we have left, and we've cut back to Code and Bug, it looks like it's going to be one more month till we find out what the hell Amado wants with Kawaki, because there's something he wants with Kawaki. And Bug is not happy that he's in this desert place with Code. Damn it! Why'd you bring me? And where are we anyway? Sorry. Damn. But Code tells him, I saw it as rescuing you, you know. Better than leaving you back there to die, no? But Bug protests, don't keep dragging me into things. Damn it! Why did it end up like... And he's cut off, as I think Code maybe sees something. Or just interrupts him at last. It's Kawaki's fault. All of it. From beginning to end. That bastard. I never cared for him from the get-go. How did he end up as a legitimate vessel? Why couldn't it have been me? Okay, so he's just like lashing out at this point. Kawaki's, with Eida gone, he's just pure anger. And he goes on. And Eida too. He's taken everything from me. Every single time. He always takes what's important to me. I'm gonna kill him. I swear. I'll wreck everything. Every single thing that's precious to him. The Hokage, his friends, and Konoha Village too. To be continued. Okay. So yeah, that's where Code is at. He has, in his mind, he has nothing left. He's not Ishiki's vessel. He's not, Eida's potential lover. He's just washed up. He has this power, and he might eventually become an Otsutsuki, but he's just furious. Right now, all of those high-minded Otsutsuki ideals are a little bit beyond him. He's just fucking angry. And given the power we know he has, that's kind of dangerous. A man that powerful, ruled by anger. Code is, like, even though we saw him get kind of trounced by Daemon here, even if Daemon and Eida end up joining the Leaf, Code is absolutely still a threat. I don't know what's going to happen that's going to lead to him still being a threat, especially I don't know, the fact that he lost to Daemon, narratively, he's clearly still meant to be a threat. But I don't know what he can do to, counter Daemon. Maybe, insane training, but, with whom? Maybe by himself, I guess. I don't know. That remains to be seen. The bulk of the rest of the chapter, beyond the quick little Leaf Village interlude, is just sort of shaking up things on Team Code, or a permanent rift in Team Code. As we see that, Eida and Code's objectives are just too far apart at this point for it to really work. Like this split was kind of inevitable. It was especially inevitable after last month's chapter, but honestly, you could argue this whole alliance was temporary from the beginning. Like this never really felt like they were always going to stay on the same side, and now they're not. Openly they are opposed to each other. But then yeah, we also find out just how strong Daemon is. That even this like form that's stronger than Jigen is not enough to really scratch Daemon. Even knowing Daimon's secret, it's not enough. There's just too much raw power there. So that's something, depending on where Eida and Daemon ending up in this whole sort of slew of shit of character allegiances this chapter sort of focuses on, Daemon could end up being a great asset or a great threat. And then we finally get so close to knowing what's going on with Kawaki and Amado. To do that, we have to get to the Leaf Village. So we'll see what comes of that. Next time, I hope we finally learn what secret Amado has been keeping all this time. Because, good lord, I want to know. I wanted to know ever since Sumire started suspecting him at the end of the Ishiki fight. But to get there, we'll have to wait another month. But yeah, that's kind of it. I sort of talked about most of what I wanted to talk about. I talked about most of what I wanted to talk about during the video itself, during the read-through. And like now is sort of recapping the shifting allegiances. Code split with his group. Amado's plan to get Eida and Daimon onto the Leaf side and reveal his sort of scheme to the Leaf. And Code is just pure rage at this point. I'm excited to see how all these various plot lines end up shaping up. So with that said, I'm going to leave this video off here. Hope you'll enjoy the chapter and the video itself. If you did, feel free to drop me a like or subscribe or, do whatever makes you happy, And as always, your life is your own, okay? Bye!